Happy Friday, everyone. It is the end of 2017, almost to the new year, and I have been, just like the rest of you, so busy and really haven't had the time to make a video or even get my thoughts together on what I want to say, so we're just going to do a little impromptu video here. I'm about to get this little chunker dressed, and he's not separated for any reason from the babies for any reason other than I just put his little butt plate on and took a couple pictures of him. You know, it doesn't sit right the way it might be. See, he had this kit, the Atticus kit, has a full vinyl body, but his artist split it in half so that he could have the soft cloth body, and then he has the belly plate and the back plate separately with ribbons that can be attached for photos. But of course, it curls in a little bit on itself. Well, I was going to say I'll take it out and show it. It is on his, you can see it on his box opening video if you want to see it. It's really phenomenal. Well, actually, it's not like my videos are monetized, I'm sure. I'm sure it's not a big deal to show it, a little baby butt, since I'm not going to be losing any. I don't think I'm going to get flagged. I don't have enough people watching me. Okay, so this is his back plate, and it is nighttime, and this light is not great, but I think you can get a decent idea of the detail. It's a little harsher than in real life, but so you can see this is the Laura Lee Eagles Atticus kit, as I mentioned, and you can see the details, see the spine and the shoulder blades. He has little dimples at the top of the butt. And you can see where it comes around, right? Because it would go around the full body. And then his artist lined the inside with like a felt. Makes it soft on the inside. And I'll show you the front plate. We'll just try and cover the private parts. So I have some photos of him in this. It's really adorable. So I know the full vinyl Atticus is amazing for photographs, but I do prefer the cuddly, floppy feeling without this on permanently. So just keep them stored. And every once in a while, I think I'll probably do a really beautiful photo shoot at some point when the lighting is great and I have some quiet time and I can set him up in his Moses basket. But anyway, I am without a tripod right now, so I think changing him with one hand would be kind of tricky, so I'll probably change him and then just come back on. The tripod is being used in the other room for a FaceTime session to play video games. And here's Norman. I've let him borrow Niklaus's scratch mitts. I love this guy. I guess that's something that I'll talk about. I am very new to collecting reborns, and he was my first one. And so I know that it's probably pretty common if you think about selling a baby for the first time to go through this. What is it, the phenomenon or the attachment and almost like the guilt? If I think about, it's like I'm really attached to this doll. This doll is, you can see a very different type of painting now. The lighting is not great, like I said already, but he is painted with Genesis heat set paints, and he has lots and lots of layers and lots of details. Skin texture is entirely different, and of course he's got the rooted hair, but I do think that there are amazing painted hair babies, and I actually really like Norman's painted hair. But Norman is painted with air dry paints, and I don't know He's very smooth and slippery, and you can see the shine to him. I don't know enough about what went into him to know, but this kit in general, this is the Leah kit. I forget the artist, but the details on this kit are very different from the details on the limited edition kits, I think, and I think that contributes to the realism or the lack of realism, mainly on the feet and the hands. I'll take this mitt off. So my goal, I think what I would really like to do is eventually, I say eventually, but Tasha, you know, eventually invades my brain to be looking now. But I'm waiting. But I would really love a little bit higher quality sleeper boy, I think. But then I need to consider finding a new mommy for Norman at that point, because I don't really have space for a whole bunch of babies, and I also am being mindful that I don't own all the space that we have, so I do share that with my significant other, and it's not fair for me to overload the space with dolls either. But really, the connection with the babies is important to me too, sort of the relationship, if that makes sense. If you're watching this video, it probably makes sense. But, so my question is, have you ever sold a baby, and if so, did you have a lot of emotions about that? Did you feel guilt? And did you feel a lot of attachment? I know it's an inanimate object, however, so was the Velveteen Rabbit. The Velveteen Rabbit had life breathed into him through love. So, and here is Miss Penelope May. She was my surprise baby. She was unplanned. Penelope May has so much character and so much personality. Number one, I never would have planned to get a girl. I'm biased, what can I say? And number two, I have an open-eyed baby. But she is just the coolest. My husband doesn't understand how I would like pick her to stay over Norman, because Norman's so cute and he doesn't creep him out in the same way because he's not looking at him, I guess. But I love her. Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys have seen the new Luxe kit. Really falling in love with that kit. The prototypes are out now. A couple of them are for sale on eBay. And I did speak with another artist about her Luxe, and she will be putting him up for sale, I think in April. But we'll see. Super cute. So I will likely be looking for a very newborn, but not sickly looking, high quality sleeping boy, probably sometime in 2018. If I can bear to part with this one. But then you think, you know, like, why? Is it for me? Or is it to fool people? It seems like an easy question for me because I don't take the babies out anywhere and I really don't have people over. I'm kind of a recluse. And it's not to impress anybody, so I think it is, you know, you just, once you experience that realism, for me anyway, I feel like I keep going for it and keep going for it. This is Niklaus's little Mila Teddy's elephant. Mila, I'm not sure how to say it, from the Czech Republic. And what's really cool is I fell in love with their elephants. I love their elephants. That's my favorite one that they do. And right before Niklaus was finished being made, he was still with his artist, and I wanted to thank her. So I ended up purchasing one from them, and she lives in England, and had it sent out. And ironically, it arrived to her the day that he shipped out to me. But I couldn't really, after investing in these dolls, bring myself to purchase another one to come to me. It's a stuffed animal, and then pay the shipping over from Europe. And I was really lucky to find an Instagrammer who was selling hers, and it's in beautiful mint condition with the tag. And I paid almost, not quite half off of retail, and then shipping. I just purchased the shipping label, so shipping ended up costing me like like $7 or something like that, instead of the 20 something it would have cost, I think, to get it from Europe. I think it's so cool. So it is snowing here. It has been freezing. I am in the Chicago area, and the snow has been coming down. We were supposed to fly to Fort Lauderdale tonight and go stay with some friends for New Year's, but things just were not lining up and flowing smoothly, and our house is sort of torn up. We've been doing some renovations. Been catching up on the books for our business here, of course, at the end of the year. We've had the holidays. His children were with us for the last week and with us for Christmas, so it has been crazy town, and it just wasn't coming together in a smooth way, and the thought of coming home to a disaster and letting another week go by was overwhelming. So when the snowstorm hit and all the flights were getting delayed, we decided to stay, and I'm really excited to have a little staycation here, get some things accomplished. Maybe I can think of an interesting video to put up, but I can get caught up on all of your videos and, yeah, shovel some snow. So I'm going to come back on at some point and talk, because I know some of you are really also into the true crime things and Criminal Minds and things like that, but I'm really at this time fascinated by, this is going to sound horrible, but I'm fascinated by the idea of the sociopathic mind. Not like I'm in love with sociopaths, that's certainly not what I'm saying. But it really kind of like tricks my brain to think about someone being wired so completely differently that I cannot understand it, and trying to wrap my head around that being genuine, and then trying to understand someone coming into life, coming at things with such an entirely different way of existence. And then how does that factor into thinking people are evil, or not liking them, or not forgiving them for their inability to feel remorse or compassion if they're legitimately not wired that way. Like, kind of tricks me out. So when I started my channel back up, I did mention that I would be talking not just about dolls, but about crime and the shadow life and other things. The Walking Dead, hula hooping. But yeah, it's been on my mind a lot lately, probably because that's what I've been watching a lot of. Dateline and Vanished, and my favorite Cold Case Files with Bill Curtis. But I'm not sure if they're coming back for yet another season. I sure hope so. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and put Niklaus in his outfit. I've decided to put him back in his coming home outfit, or the one that he came home to me in. It is still my very favorite. I'm going to put that on him, and then I'll come back on and show you how cute and squishy he looks. Alright, we'll be back in a flash. Alright, just hopping back on real quick to show you his outfit. So he's in this great little mother care outfit. It is I forget what it's called. I want to say it's like the modern series or something, but it's lamb and duck. And there's a little lamb applique. It's a white jumper, with little stripes, and it says "Hello, Little" in the script, sort of as part of the line. And there's like a little duck here, and an embroidered ducky here, and there's a little pocket with some little animals on it. And then this hoodie I fell in love with. It's a quilted hoodie. It was in the photos from the eBay auction from the original Atticus sculpt that Wendy Graham had reborned, that caused me to flip my lid and order this guy to be made for me. And there's a onesie underneath. It's white with little gray clouds. It's a long sleeve onesie. It's got little gray clouds on it and numbers. It's hard to see here. They're very faint. It's hard to see with his outfit on, but love it. And because of the multiple layers, he's just so cozy and so cuddly, which is perfect because it's so cold outside. All right, so that's it. Thank you guys for stopping and visiting and for taking a look at the babies. Definitely share your thoughts if you've gone through the experience of quote-unquote upgrading your collection and how that was for you on an emotional level. Obviously, we're not talking about trauma here. We're talking about doll collecting, but there is like an attachment. Certain people, my grandmother was like that. She had her stuffed animals and she loved them and she talked to them, and they were real for her, not in a demented or a dementia kind of way, but just I think in a love kind of way, and just sort of ascribing personality to things. I mean, for crying out loud, people put eyelashes on their Volkswagen Beetles, so we like to recognize the humanity in things. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to finish my delicious cup of espresso and finish out the rest of my evening, get this video uploaded. I hope everyone has an awesome weekend, and I look forward to hearing from you and seeing your videos. Thanks. Bye for now.